March the 9th, 2023. Guys, you're looking at stock market information. Notice this is after hours, and SVB is the Silicon Valley Bank. It's a financial group, but the bank itself is a private public bank in Silicon Valley itself. SVB is a group that handles businesses, private capital in SVB securities, things like that. But the Silicon Valley Bank lost a lot of money today, and it's affecting other parts of the stock market, including the banks. Maybe something you want to pay attention to, you guys in California, but even Charles Schwab is getting hit. Now, this started out the day at $177 per share, if I'm not mistaken. Let me pull this chart up right in here. There's 177, 176, say 176 plus change. Started the day. It ended the day at about 90. And people, they're having to, during the day, I think there was a lot of withdrawals, and they had to shut down the trading maybe 2 or 3 times. But it's continued to collapse again after hours at $86 a share. Now, again, that's 64% today, 18% in after-hour trading. The collapse looks like it's part of a larger problem because they got hit because I think they were dealing with a crypto company that went basically bankrupt today. SVB is getting hit, again, continues to drop. Now, where's your money at? We don't have that bank here, but of course Charles Schwab is international as far as investing and things like that. And we'll look at their information. But again, you can see 85.42. And when the markets closed at 3 today, that was 90. When they opened, it was around 176 plus. I think it may have peaked at around 177, 178 before this drop started. Now, let's take a look at this information. Now, I'm not sure exactly what we're seeing. We may find out tomorrow. I hope it's not a Black Friday. But again, where's your money? Notice the Dow closed at 543 in the red today. At the top left, S&P down 73, NASDAQ down 237. Tech stocks were hit also when you look at the NASDAQ at that amount. But and you look at the some of the information on the side of this. It says Powell changed everything this week on markets' views of interest rates. And what we may be seeing, guys, because there's some big people calling this a run and telling their investors to get out of the Silicon Valley Bank and some other places. Now, what could be happening is they're going to force the Fed, Powell and that bunch, into some type of move. In other words, they know Powell is going to try to raise interest rates. He's saying he wants to bring stop recession, but he's causing depression. It's part of the planned takedown. But notice here it says the S&P 500 in the big blue block closes 1.8% lower as bank stocks succumb to pressure. Dow sheds more than 500 points. And again, I don't know the hands involved. We may never know, but I think before we started seeing Silicon Valley Bank go down in the stock market, Silvergate tumbled, or Bitcoin tumbled as Silvergate announces it will wind down all operations. To me, it was always a Ponzi scheme. If you don't own it, if you can't hold it in your hand, it's worthless. Tried to warn people forever. It says CNBC Crypto World features the latest news and daily trading updates from the digital current markets. And that's what they're talking about. This was Dave Weisberger, CEO of Coin Routes, reacts to the announcement that Silvergate will liquidate. They're gone. I don't know how much Bitcoin and how many people will be taken down with this, but guys, we are looking at major problems with the banking and all the financial systems. Again, Bitcoin was a Ponzi scheme to start with, and only fools follow fool's gold. Fool's gold is what I call, if it's not in your hands, it's not yours. And so guys, you see a lot of people on the internet advertising different ways to buy gold and silver. But regardless of what they say, the first thing you need to find out is, or if you were to say buy an ounce of silver running around 20-something bucks an ounce now, would they send you that ounce of silver, or would they keep it for you in safekeeping? So ask the people that are selling gold and silver on their websites or YouTube channels and pushing it heavily, do I get it, or do they keep it safe for me like Bitcoin? You're going to see a lot of roaches scrambling if you do that, and that's indeed what they are, because people that push that narrative are the same category as Bitcoin pushers. Now, I'm going to be watching for the Bitcoin trolls to come in here, oh, but, nothing. Oh, but means you don't agree to start with. And we understand that, but you guys need to lay off the silver and gold. We know what's going to happen. We're told that it will be cast in the street because it was the stumbling block of your iniquity. Think about that for a minute. But I think this is what we're seeing happening right now. I suggest if you live in this California and you're dealing with Silicon Valley Bank, some of these Silvergate, people like that in your Bitcoin wallet, you better pay a very close attention to it. You may want to make some major moves starting right now. We don't know what Friday will bring. They will probably attempt to push this back up, but right now the futures are still falling. And it is the money. Will this be the great reset that they're pushing for? Are these, now, let me say this. Silicon Valley Bank is not like the largest bank. It's what they call a mid-sized bank. And so when you have larger people coming in and saying, get your money out, are they squeezing out the competition? Or are they getting ready themselves to shut everything down for this great reset? Now, let's take a look at how much further this spreads. Just a moment. I won't keep you a real long time tonight. Now, again, unlike SVB or Silicon Valley Bank, Schwab is huge worldwide. And how many funds are invested in Schwab? But it says Charles Schwab plunges after potential block sell-off emerges. This is from Steve Anderson. 11 minutes after the market closed this afternoon at 3, or 41 minutes, excuse me, it closes at 3. It says a bit of mystery emerged around Charles Schwab on the New York Stock Exchange. It is listed as SCHW. And it didn't do the bank stock any favors as it lost nearly 13% in today's trading Thursday. This is all thanks to a report that emerged about a potential block sell-off of Schwab stock. Reports noted that the sell-off in question was a run through J.P. Morgan and amounted to somewhere around 8.5 million shares. Think about that amount of money and what we're dealing with here. Are we looking at a major run? Everyone better pay attention, not just people in California dealing with the Silicon Valley Bank, but look at your retirement, look at your 401ks, look at things like that. Look and see if Schwab is indicated as part of the holder of that paper. And it goes back to, let's see, maybe 40 years ago, guys. They were coming out with 401k, and I worked for a company that on the day it came out, in our sales meeting that day, they had some bankers come in there or investors come in and try to sell everyone on the 401k program. If you remember then, they said, you put part of your check in, we will match it. Well, right off the bat, you know that should have been a Ponzi scheme. I think I was the only one that told them to, no thank you. And boy, did I get the stink eye look from the owners of this company, largest company of its size in our state at that time. But they did not like it at all. But a few years later, you had the collapse of Enron, other things like that, and many people lost all of that 401k. Why would someone double your money? I mean, I know they're going to take your money and tell you they're going to invest it, and it's going to double or triple, and we're going to match it. And when you get to take it out, but if you take it out too soon, you'll get an early withdrawal penalty. It's a Ponzi scheme. All of this has been. And again, if you don't have it in your hand, you don't own it. Are you giving your 401k money to these fools, your retirement, your life savings? If so, you better really rethink right now, because it looks like we're in trouble, guys. There was I'm not supposed to talk much about this on YouTube, and I won't, but everyone knows who Z-Man is. He was pleading for a lot more fireworks, and his prayers got answered today by Mr. P. You can look it up. Look at Russian Times or TASS or warnews247.gr. He got his wish. I doubt he wishes for that gift again. Major problems have occurred because of that. And there's some big fish swimming in the Atlantic right now that Mr. R has sent out on our shorelines. We're watching it, guys. You watch it. It's a heads up. Be safe. Where's your money? Find out.